Hey, welcome back. This is Rosalina Esquilin with the Real Estate Mastery, the Empress, everything. But I had to tell you something that is happens today. And we were talking about authority yesterday. And I think that this video is coming to be something like that. We're not talking about now the personality like this woman with the womb on authority. Let's talk about when the authority has a womb. The thing is that when you're wounded and you don't know how you are doing or working or leading, if you're this woman that you're leading, but you're not fully showing who you are, maybe it's because you don't know exactly who you are and you don't know how to lead. And you need to be careful because are you leading or you're a spectator? You're looking for this outside, just seeing how everything moves, but because you have the position of leadership, you're just okay. I'm done. I'm the leader. I'm the person in charge. I don't need to do anything else. So let me tell you, this video is for you. Welcome back. This is Rosalina Esculin. I'm very excited about this conversation that we're gonna have today because I was getting lunch today for my family. We went out. I ordered, and I'm going to pick up the food. And there's some things behind having in the kitchen or whatever was happening. So the food was delayed, and I just decided to sit and see exactly what's going on. I have my personality. I'm a Virgo. So I'm always looking for fixed stuff. I'm trying to, like a Tinkerbell. She's fixing everything, right? So have been telling you guys that I'm trying to always fix or do the puzzle. What is the pieces missing? What I see that I can, oh my God, just step in and fix it out. So this is happening. I'm gonna give it to you the idea of what's happening in this restaurant. I went in. The server told me, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. The kitchen is behind. Would you like to have something before, like a drink, before we can provide all your food? We're running behind." Yeah, that's perfect. So I asked for the sodas and water because my husband drink like a carbonated soda and my daughters drink water. So I decided after that she give me the drinks to sit and watch and pay attention what was going on. The restaurant was not full. There was no line. There were still empty places, but there was a chaos in the restaurant. The leadership wasn't behaving as a leader to release the pressure from the team. And why I noticed this? Because I have a few things in my personality that is always looking for that stuff. I'm looking for how to fix it, who is doing who or what, and why. When I was looking at everything that was happening, I was paying attention. I was saying, this is a good video for how authority should behave to really lead and being successful. Not because you're a leader or you're an authority or you have this position as a manager in a restaurant, your restaurant is running perfectly. I have to say the food was delicious, everything was on point, but that's not just that. What was the experience? Because when you're in a restaurant, you have a few opportunities to see exactly what's going on, the ambience, the food, the people, the team, how they are behaving by themselves or between them, how everything is coming along. Are they working together or they're working by themselves? Is the manager really helping the person that he needs to have help? And I'm asking those questions because when you're leading, when you have a team when you are the person in charge to make the big decisions, if you don't know your team, it's very hard for you to maximize them. I saw this. This lady, super cute, she was walking in circles, doing nothing with the just with the my gosh, tray empty, like she's going to get an order or clean the table or get someone to the table. But she wasn't doing anything like that. She was very disoriented when everything was happening at once. That girl has authority wounds. And I noticed why. She was lost. She doesn't have any idea of what she should be doing now. She doesn't have any instructions. She doesn't have a map to follow. That's what I told you yesterday about that video. Why? Because they need something to follow. They need the instructions. But then I saw this strong woman, of course, where? In the bar. She is the one leading for the cocktails. And she was having a full bar, also some tables around the bar. That's the one that she's willing to cover and serve. And she was giving 100% her service for the people that she has surrounded her. So she knows when and how to step in. Then I saw another server telling her, the lady in the bar, that she has the full bar full of people asking and getting the new orders and getting the new drinks, telling her this: my table haven't been cleaned yet, and they asking for that. The girl in the bar, she says it needs to be done now, and she says, well, they're asking for, and she continued walking away very fast. So she was like in a stress, running away and doing, I will say, giving instructions, right? But what happened if this girl, instead of giving instructions, she stepped in as a team member and help her friend or team member and clean the table herself and step in as a leader? My daughter and I, we were having this conversation, and she says, but that's not her task. Yeah, but who cares? It's your time to shine. There's moments that you're waiting in your life to be noticed. And the moment of chaos is when you should be stepping in and do what you think should be done. If I was her, I would be cleaning the table and I'm going to bring all the dishes to the bar and I say, hey girl, I help you. So if you need help, just let me know and move on. I don't need to come. I just want you guys picture this. You are in the bar, having a lot of tables to take care of, people coming in, sitting over there. You have your, what they call it, your regulars, because she at that moment she was sitting her regulars, asking for the drinks, asking for the food and everything, and she was having a blast with them. And she came, make the comment, but what happened? The customers were there, the regulars were there. Now you're changing the atmosphere of someone coming in to eat. Now they are seeing that this girl coming from maybe 20 tables back to tell her at that moment, the lady and her partner or the person who was accompanying her were having a blast. with the girl in the bar because they are regulars. But that partnership, that relationship was broken because this girl came from the other side to say, why you haven't picked up the plates or cleaning the table in my table? I didn't saw that girl doing much. She could clean it and she could be a team player. At the moment that I saw that, I says, she's not a leader. She's always complaining and finding the way to see why someone didn't do what they have to do or what she thinks they should be doing, but not her, somebody else. So at this moment, I would say that she's over authority power. That is not her point, but she's giving instructions. The comment comes from the regular clients in the bar to the lady in the bar. Oh, what an attitude. Her attitude was noticed, was pointed, and it wasn't funny. And I'm seeing and I'm trying to find out where is the manager. I told you guys, I'm trying to put the puzzles where it's supposed to be. Where is the manager? I have been seeing already this girl walking around without any idea what to do that is not taking authority or position or start working in what was supposed to be done. She's lost. So she has authority room. She needs to know exactly what to do. Instruction was not done. Nobody gave her instructions. She just walking away, right, walking around, walking around, walking around. That maybe she saw the table dirty, having attended, but she didn't came to do it too because she doesn't know that she will be able to do it. And then I saw this one over authority coming to this other lady that is working, giving instruction as well to what she should be doing. Hmm, where's the manager? I'm looking at the manager. Remember, when I came in, she says, the lady that we was taking care of, and she says, I'm so sorry, but the kitchen is behind. When the kitchens are behind, is when the manager step in the line of fire. That's their position. It's when he has to be noticing where he is more valuable to be working at that moment. Once again, lack of authority. I saw the manager behind the wall looking around, not taking any action or authority at that moment. So everybody is working or whatever they think is they should be doing without any lead. There's no leader there. Managers should be in the line of fire. When I was used to work in the restaurants, I used to work at McDonald's and I was an assistant manager. I was making burgers, or I was making the orders, or I was putting ice in the machines. I was always trying to do something. I even cleaned the bathrooms. The bathrooms are the most important thing in a restaurant. They said that if the bathrooms are clean, the kitchens are clean. That's my restaurant. I'm working on that. I work in there. My authority need to be noticed. I need to be a leader. They need to follow what I do. It's not because it needs to be done. Clean the toilet. My team will not do it, of course. But who is going to be the first person doing it? Me. I need to lead. It doesn't matter that my title says assistant manager and trainer manager. Mm-mm. I am the leader. And I don't have any authority wounds because that doesn't make me less than anyone because I'm cleaning the bathroom. I'm giving that sample that you need to step in at the moment that you need to step in. It is rush, you need to be the rush. It's not behind doing, and I have been seeing this in the front of the restaurant, full of people trying to get the food, trying to get the orders out, and the managers, you know what are they doing? Counting the cashier, doing paperwork. That's not the time to do it because we know when is the slower time to do that, and then when the time is for you to perform as a leader, you need to step up. What happens sometimes is that that position of leadership just has been um, came out, and there's not too many people with the characteristic as a leader, but there are people willing to do it anyways. And the companies feel comfortable to at least have someone that cover the times, hours, you want to see it that way, and they have someone to cover there. Not all everyone is a leader or authority. Another thing that I noticed is if that manager has been stepped in, and my daughter and I we were discussing this. I was saying I will be maybe in the grill calling for the orders that need to be served. When I was there, the lady in the takeout, they have like a 5 orders there. And she wasn't able to complete my order. And she was saying that we were behind. She was behind for at least 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. The phone was having some kind of noise that I think it was informing that somebody else was calling to make an order, or there was someone waiting in the numbers because they have some kind of parking area that you give your number and they know that you're there. And I was like, someone is not getting the food right now because there's no leadership here to step in. There's no leaders to perform when it's most needed. And that's why I bring this conversation to you guys today. Because not because you're a leader, you're stepping in when the moments come. Maybe the moment is uncomfortable for you. But what happens if you help your team to work together as a team and that make your leadership or your decisions easier to do? And that's something that I'm super excited about. I will be in the line of fire, calling the orders and exactly what's going on in the kitchen, what they need me, what they need. At that moment is when you have to be fire them up. Hey guys, we have 5 orders. We have 5 steaks, two salmons, 3 salads. You need to put the people in the position to help you because you have people waiting for food takeout. But what happened to people in the restaurant? You're not going to feed them just with the what they asked for and waiting for an hour and a half and they say, I'm so sorry, we were behind in the kitchen. No, you need to step in. You need to be as productive as you should be. You are the one running the show. So your show is not good right now. So when I saw all the stuff, I decided to do this video. And if you do not give, if you're a businesswoman, if you're doing businesses, if you're a team leader and you're not giving instruction correctly, people are taking the things literal. You are not maximizing your team. This lady that doesn't know where to go, if you do not understand their personalities, you cannot maximize them. They're shy. They need to have a structure. They feel comfortable with all the instructions given. Take your time to do a personality test to your team. You need to know them. You more than ever. And I'm sorry, than ever and someone, right? So you are the person in charge. You have to maximize them. That could be your next leader. Even this person doesn't show up the way that you're expecting, if you guide them through, they will. They are just waiting for you to step in and let them know exactly what they need to do. Another thing is there's no team player. When you see this situation that someone else is giving instruction to somebody else and they haven't take the, how you call it, the the power, let's use this word, the power of doing the stuff by themselves, but by yourself, and then cover whatever is missing, there's lack of leadership. Because leaders are leaders, but people that are looking for the mistake of others, there's so many, we don't need that in our team. We need people to respond. And how the communication has been made and share your thoughts. When you have a meeting, because the thing is that before they open the restaurant, they know exactly what's going on. It's Sunday. After church, it's going to be packed. How are we going to be working with this? Guys, if you don't see me, I will be in the line for fire in the kitchen, working, try to get the food ready and as soon as possible. Maybe they were short of employers. We don't know, but we're expecting a product and a service because we're hungry, right? And we make the order. I don't care what happened over there in the kitchen. I just want to feed my family and go and eat. That's the thing that people doesn't understand. If they don't have that ready and cover, then we have the issue. I was waiting for 10 to 15 minutes. I don't need to wait. It says this time you go and pick it up your food. That time I had to go and pick it up my food. But the leader was not working. That's why everything was packed up. There was no movement. Now we have this tense situation with the team players, the team members. And you need to step in as the authority without being an spectator. When I saw the manager, the back of the wall, doing nothing, not even open a bag to start packing the next food, I said, what is happening here? And it's a good restaurant. I like to eat there, but I didn't saw an organization today. I told my daughter, if that would be me, what I will do differently. And I was asking myself, if you're a manager, a leader, and you look back on that kind of day that you have it, would you be feel proud of what you did? Did you put all of your energy? You put everything that you feel proud of the day that you guys were working for? That would be the questions that I would ask you. How proud do you feel of what you did today? Because for me, I saw lack of leadership. There was not authority there. Everybody was doing whatever they think. And questions that I can tell you to is, are you a leader? In the moment that's to step in, what do you do? Are you leading by example or you are in your authority bubble? When I was I worked in McDonald's, like I said before, and a few things happened when I was working in McDonald's. When I was working in McDonald's, the first things that they give it to you is a training. You're going to go in the computer and see how the structure work, why the French fry has to be golden brown salty. Golden brown, that's the color, and it has to be salty. That's the training that they give it to you. How to assemble the burgers, how to swirl the ice cream, right? The cone ice cream. How to do the milkshakes. How to clean every time that you do the patties in the grill. How to clean it. How to keep it hot. The whole thing that you have to do, you have to take a training for that. And the thing is that when I was doing that, I found myself that being the leader of the recruitment. When they come for the new ones, the new I don't say agents because it's not real estate, but the new team guys on the to McDonald's, they put me there to train them. So now I came back as a leader. What they saw in me is that I always step in, no matter what. And that's my position says I'm assistant, I'm a manager assistant. I need to step in. I need to show them how to do it, feel comfortable doing it, and make them to doing it. The way that I dress my uniform, I use my high heels, my boots as for working there. And my pants, it was black, but it was like the bell ones. I was kind of fashion working at McDonald's. But that's me. That's the way that I feel comfortable. That's the way that I like to lead. That's the way that I feel that I am my position, that I deserve what I'm doing because I represent the company. I am that company. I am when the people see me, oh, you work at McDonald's. And that's not thing that happened. I was teaching other person, other people to train their own team members. Sometimes at the beginning they started just all in my office. In my McDonald's, they make me my office for training. And I have my reports and I have my workbooks and I have my uniforms and I have my name tags and I have everything. And I tell them, you guys need to look like this. You need to do this. I give them to whoever comes. It doesn't matter the personality that they have, the instructions. I want all of them to know what to do, what we need them to do, and what we are not accepting. So leadership is not just give it to you the instructions and then we forgot. No. Every time that we were working, we were remind them what they need to do. Hey, did you clean the grill already? Yes, ma'am, we did. We had to look for the time for the onions, lettuce, tomato, pickles, eggs, everything that it was already on the shelves to be serving. That's by timing. Okay? So this is where the product comes. I decide to step in as a leader and start seeing what we're missing to be perfect. That's another problem that I have. Why I want things to be perfect? Because they taught me to what is the McDonald's requirements. So if McDonald's has the requirements, me as a leader, I need to follow from A through Z. There's not a different. No, there's no different. I cannot remove anything. That's why they want it, and that's the situation. My manager wasn't following the timing on the salads, and I was getting confused on that. When I was looking on the kitchen refrigerator, what about the, let me see, how can I tell you? Oh, parfait. You used to prepare the parfait is like you put the, oh my gosh. yogurt with the fruits and the granola. We close it. We make those every single day fresh at 4:30 in the morning because the restaurant open used to open at 5. Now it's 24 hours. Now it's completely different. But we had to prepare the parfait. We had to start cutting the lettuce, the tomatoes, all the stuff and put the time for how long it's going to be good. What happened in the refrigerator? It has to be certain number to be frozen or fresh. Why? Because we have perishable items like the milk, or we have the eggs, or we have something, the cheese. And when I was looking at the eggs, some eggs were cracked. And for me, I should throw them away. So I started threw them away because they're cracked. Right now they have been getting what? Some kind of air. And I don't know if they're good or not. And I don't gonna risk my clients because this is a restaurant for food. And food has to be fresh. But not just that. The training that I have in McDonald's says if I don't feel that anything is fresh, we have to throw it away. We are the one responsible of it. So now I have issues with my manager. I overstep. And I have another manager that I noticed that she was put me down because for me it was very hard to be working in the drive-through. I was more hands-on than in the drive-through, but I had to be in the process to learn the drive-through because if something happened and we were short of the team members, I need to go and step in. So now I have this lady being annoying with me, and I don't like that. When I feel uncomfortable, I start like getting it's itchy. I don't like it. It bothers me. So I start having we had them. Oh, something super good that I really love it. When the regional managers come, she was so cute and she was super knowledgeable. And when always that she comes, the operational manager and the regional manager, those two women are amazing. The operational manager was amazing, but the regional manager was even more amazing. Every time that they come to my restaurant, I just sat with them just to listen. I need to know more in deep where we're going, what was happening, where can we improve. But before they're coming to my McDonald's, to my place, I have to clean it. It's my house. That's again my leadership. I need to do it. They come to, and give us point, and then that was mentioned in all the stores in Orlando or whatever the area, the location that we were working, right, the region. I want to be the number one, no matter what. Everything has to be clean. The filters, the floors, the walls, the bathrooms, everything. And I want to ask you, if you're a leader right now, it doesn't matter what company you're working. I don't care what you're doing, but you are a leader. How many times you're stepping to be the best of the best? It's not just momentarily. You need to always be the best. That has to be your challenge. You need to best in that company. The only way that you can be the best in your company is knowing your people. That personality test must be done. Why? Because you can understand how to maximize your team. You had to have minimum one day a week with at least 1 to 2 hours just listening to them. There's so much information that they can give it to you that make your floor moving and your company excel in everything that they had to do. because you know your team, you know how to maximize them, you know how to push them to the level. When you know that, everything is completely different. Coming back to my McDonald's, and then I'm going to tell you about the real estate. When I was in McDonald's, I get in trouble because I start looking for what we wasn't providing correctly or being efficient. And one day I walk away. And when I walk away, my manager, the operational manager, that that was the lady, that was the top. She signed me. She called me to tell me to meeting her in a hotel with my manager and the other manager. And I went in. And when we were there, she told me, "Why did you walk away from the restaurant?" And I says, "I get so tired that the things were not done the way that you guys told me that it needs to be done." It was so mad for me that even the oil was not changed at the times that it need to be changed. Then we don't have the crispy golden brown French fries. Now it's not my quality product. How can I step in? I said that I work at McDonald's and giving people the thing that is not McDonald's. The thing is that because I walk away and she told me this way. And oh, she also told me, "Rosalina, not everything is black and white." And I said, "Maybe you're right, but you didn't tell me to go gray. You told me what I can do and what I cannot do." And that is also part of my personality. I'm a Virgo, like I said before, so I'm very precise and I'm very perfectionist. And I'm very always looking for everything to be done correctly. So she told me, "Because you walk away, I cannot accept that kind of behavior, but I would love to have you in my best restaurant." I feel flattered that she says that. I feel honored, and I told her that. And I said, "Yes, my experience with you guys has been amazing. And I think that I had put myself to take this company to the next level. We have already the training for the new teams or the new crew running up and running perfectly. I cannot change somebody else that is in the top leadership. If I have my own restaurant, it could be completely different. But this kind of restaurants come from seniorities, and my idea was not working in McDonald's all my life, but having the experience to teach the guys that, hey, we had to clean the bathroom. I would do it first. I do it first, my way. I put clutters around the place. I put the water. I scratch the floors. I mop the floors. I let them know that it doesn't matter what the position, leadership has to step in. And that was something that I always gonna be feel proud of it. When I was working in real estate, I tell them I'm not going to do real estate because I don't want to step in on whatever you guys are doing. Because I didn't want them to feel like if any phone calls come into the office, I would take the client and no pass to them, right? The thing is that I have already sold $1.3 million in a weekend. I already have been working in new construction and selling 32 units from March to August, completely full approval financially. So I was removed from that community because it was sold out and they still was building the community. So I have improved myself and I have been feel very proud of what I was doing. I told my agents how to do things for them to continue and grow their companies or their sellings or the the numbers or whatever. I know how to do it. And I taught them how to do it. Once I tell them, guys, I'm tired to see you with so many excuses and not selling anything on the year. Agents have the audacity to tell me, Rosalia, the market is bad. There's a bad market. I cannot do anything. In a year, you cannot sell $2 million in a year. What is $2 million? Depend. It could be four houses. It could be 10 houses, $200,000. The houses are not $200,000. They're $300,000, 250. So, can you do that? No. What is your excuse? That you don't want to go out there and be a leader because this is your own business. You need to know yourself. That personality test, you need to take it too. Why you don't take your personality test and know exactly who you are? Because your manager maybe never will figure it out. But how you maximize yourself, how you put yourself right there in the line of fire and really know who you are and what would you like to do and what you're really good at it. If you have any wounds with the authority and you're the authority, you need to know where you need to get more training, reading more books, be more exposure. You need to close that to maximize your authority. It's not that it cannot be done, but you need to know what to do. You need to see if you really are ready for that position because you are the one taking care of your team. The way that your team looks is who you are as a leader. So you need to start asking this question: how I am as a leader and how my team is doing. I am leading correctly? Is really their fault, or is your lack of authority, your lack of communication, your lack of knowing with whom are you working with? You're the one. You're the one to blame. And the thing is, you know what happened? Sometimes you're firing the people that really are good because you don't know who you are as a leader. Yeah, it's hard to hear, right? I have been working with so many people, and I have to say that sometimes people doesn't know who they are, and their opportunities are in front of their faces right here, and they don't see it. They're going behind, like this manager that I saw this morning, going behind the wall, and it says like playing big peekaboo. They leave, are not there anymore because they don't want to be exposed. They don't want to be and do the top thing. They, I don't know why you're asking for some things and you're not putting your 1,000% of yourself to get committed and go through the thing. They said that the opportunities just shows once. That's not true. The opportunities are always there. Maybe just one, the one that you really notice, and you take the opportunity. If you take today a piece of paper and write down how many times you have been in front of your maybe CEO in a meeting, in a lunch break, or in a training, and you had the opportunity to have a conversation, how ready have you been for a conversation with your CEO, with your team leader? Because I could be the leader, I could be the authority, there's somebody else on top of me. If I am the top, maybe I have the investors or the board, and there's in the board, there's someone that I can be sitting with them. How do you represent yourself? How do you show yourself when you are working? By the time that I was working in McDonald's, they had started having this carnage. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know how to say in English. My apologies. It's like a little. We use the tie. We use the tie, and we use the handkerchief is the one that you put over here, super sexy. We used to have those for the girls. I love it because when I start looking at what was the opportunity for dressing that we have, I get those for the girls. We had the thing for the hair, and I start bringing it up. Why? Why we cannot be feminine selling the burgers? Why we cannot be sexy selling the burgers? And we have this cardigan. That's the little abrigo, and why don't have it? Why don't have those cute things? Your makeup. And then I was saying, how can I be the best of me leading the possible future managers, directors, McDonald's? I cannot give my 100% to them, letting them know how they know their talents, their strengths for them to move forward. How to feel proud. It's not just a part-time. It's not just McDonald's. And McDonald's has so many benefits for them. They have insurance. They have a mentorship because we used to do it. So I was one of the mentors. One of the mentors. They have this for school for scholarships program as well. We have, oh my gosh, we had these times that we spent time with Ronald McDonald's. My daughter hated with the kids doesn't like clowns, right? But I met the oldest Ronald McDonald's by that time. And we worked together in one event for the team, for the crew, for all of us in McDonald's. And I was with him hand to hand. And it was so funny. I think it was the one of the best moments in my life. I was with Ronald McDonald's. It's the most famous based on Bozo. Bozo is another very famous one. But Ronald McDonald's is an icon. It's McDonald's. So after that day, it was a family day for all of us. I have another opportunity for the kids that live in the Ronald McDonald's house. And this is the kids that are sick and their parents cannot afford the hospitals. And they have this house where the parents can stay while the kids are in the hospital. And they have food and everything for them. And we also have one day for them. And we have one here in Orlando near the Science Museum. And I cannot tell you that how proud I feel to be part of McDonald's, to be proud of that amazing family that is flipping burgers, if you want to call it that way, or the chicken nuggets, or the nuggets with the honey mustard is amazing, and extra mac sauce is even better. But I feel proud what I did. I love McDonald's. I always tell my husband I would like to go to McDonald's again and work just for maybe one day. But it's the adrenaline, it's the being there with the team, with the kids, with their dreams. And sometimes I feel frustrated. It's not the same quality anymore. There's not the same trainings anymore. And like I told you, I always looking for the fixing thing. If they let me to, I will fix McDonald's. I will do that as well. But the thing is that how much do you love what you're doing? How much would you like to bring light to what you're doing? And I don't have anything else to tell you. Just be proud who you are. You are the authority. Hey, maximize that team. That team talk about you. And before you start pointing the team, sit in front of the mirror and look at yourself. How much do you do for that team? How much are you doing for that team? Are you really know your team? Can you maximize your team? I just inviting you. I don't care what the position that you're. You can be a CEO. You can be a team member. You can be, I'm sorry, a team leader. You can be the person that is in charge of a group, if you haven't had the opportunity to know who you are and have your goal and your goals and your roadmap completely done, I will tell you, it doesn't matter what is your position, you're not going to be in that position anymore. Somebody else is going to be jumping on top of you. Because when you're a leader, you need to be strong, but you need to know your team. There's sometimes that those meetings happens and it's bad when the leader says, I don't know what's happening with my team. That means that you don't know what happened with you. The leadership and leaders start with you. If you're the authority, you are the one lacking on that power. You don't know who you are and you are trying to lead. And the thing is that if you don't know how to lead, bye bye. And you know what happened? You have been maybe firing the people. And I said before, you will be hiring the people that really will take your company to a different level if you know who they are and how to play their positions. This is your chess game right there. You need to know when you move your pieces in your chess, then your checkmate, you are going to rock and roll that company, that goal, that moment that no one can remove you from that position. And every time that you do that, you're more stronger as a leader. You're more stronger as a person. Even your trust in yourself is even better. And you can heal many people on your team just because you know them. Because insecurity comes where they don't feel comfortable, they don't feel that you know them and you can maximize them. So do your homework. I hope this video goes viral, that this video has to go to everyone because everyone needs to know when you know your team, you can maximize them and you can change your company forever. But everything starts with you because you need to know them. You need to take the time. You need to. Nobody else. You have been seeing people that you have been fired and all of a sudden they are in another company with the same position that you have. They could be in your position and you can be in a higher one, not in the same one. And this is another thing. Why you're so scared that someone from your team could be something doing what you're doing is the process. If you have someone in your team that can do what you're doing, then you need to be start looking for the next position you would like to go. Because now you have someone that's gonna be cover your position and you can excel to go to your position. Or maybe another company that have a better position for you. But the only way that you can create a top at the top in your life is working from you to your team and from your team up. I hope you love this. I'm super excited. I didn't know that going to this restaurant today would be bringing to me so much information for you guys. But when we are talking about authority and how to know people and how to deal with this, is amazing. I'm gonna add a link after we finish this video about the personality test. I'm gonna find the one and put it over there. Sometimes don't give them this. Take a date that you guys can have your team get pizzas, donuts, or whatever you guys wanted to give them, and do it at the office and try to for them to do it and then have a one-on-one. Don't do it in a group. Don't embarrass them because sometimes people are not honest doing this because they don't want to know the real truth that is coming through those tests. Okay, so this is my most humble advice. So I want you to succeed, but I want you to have a story to say, and I want you to know who you are, who your team are, what is your company, and what the company think about you and your team. And I promise you, your life will change forever. So take care. I hope to see you soon. We're going to see each other tomorrow again. So keep in touch because we have so much to do and so much to talk. Take care. Bye bye.